Hello friends, my name is Masood. Today we shall discuss about a topic, the introduction to MongoDB. Friend, today's topic is very interesting, especially if you have interest in database or management of database. So this is a very interesting and important topic for you. So let's start, friend. First of all, I would request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well, so that my new videos can reach to you, and also you can follow me on the Facebook page and Instagram as well. So friend, let's start. What is MongoDB? MongoDB is an open source NoSQL database management program. NoSQL is used as an alternative to traditional relational databases. NoSQL databases are quite useful for working with large sets of distributed data. MongoDB is a tool that can manage document-oriented information, store or retrieve information. MongoDB supports various forms of data. It is one of the many non-relational database technologies that arose in the mid-2000s under the new NoSQL banner. Normally for use in big data applications and other processing jobs involving data that doesn't fit well in a rigid relational model, instead of using tables and rows as in relational databases, the MongoDB architecture is made up of collections and documents. Organizations can use MongoDB for its ad hoc queries, indexing, load balancing, aggregation, server-side JavaScript execution, and other features. Now, how actually it works? Friend, MongoDB makes use of records which are made up of documents that contain a data structure composed of field and value pairs. Documents are the basic unit of data in MongoDB. The documents are similar to JavaScript object notation but use a variant called binary JSON. The benefit of using BSON is that it accommodates more data types. The fields in these documents are similar to the columns in a relational database. Values contained can be variety of data types, including other documents, arrays and arrays of documents. According to the MongoDB user manual, documents will also incorporate a primary key as a unique identifier. Sets of documents are called collections, which functions as the equivalent of relational database tables. Collections can contain any type of data, but the restriction is the data in a collection cannot be separate across different databases. The Mongo shell is a standard component of the open source distributions of MongoDB. Once MongoDB is installed, users connect the Mongo shell to their running MongoDB instances. The Mongo shell acts as an interactive JavaScript interface to MongoDB, which allows user to query and update data and conduct administrative operations. A binary representation of JSON like documents is provided by the BSON document storage and data interchange format. Automatic sharing is another key feature that enables data in a MongoDB collection to be distributed across multiple systems for horizontal scalability as data volumes and throughput requirements increase. The NoSQL DBMS uses a single master architecture for data consistency with secondary databases that maintain copies of the primary database. Operations are automatically replicated to those secondary databases for automatic failover. MongoDB pros and cons. Like other NoSQL databases, MongoDB doesn't require predefined schemas. It stores any type of data. This gives user the flexibility to create any number of fields in a document, making it easier to scale MongoDB databases compared to relational databases. One of the advantages of using documents is that these objects map to native data types in a number of programming languages. Also, having embedded documents reduces the need for database joins which can reduce cost. A core function of MongoDB in its horizontal scalability, which makes it a useful database for companies running big data applications. In addition, sharding allows the database to distribute data across a cluster of machines. Newer versions of MongoDB also support the creation of zones of data based on a shared key. MongoDB supports a number of storage engines and provides pluggable storage engine APIs that allow third parties to develop their own storage engines for MongoDB. The DBMS also has built-in aggregation capabilities which allow users to run Mongo MapReduce code directly on the database rather than running a MapReduce on Hadoop. MongoDB also includes its own file system called GridFS, akin to the Hadoop Distributed File System HDFS. The use of the file system is primarily for storing files larger than BSON size limit of 16 MB per document. These similarities allow MongoDB to be used instead of Hadoop. Through the database software does integrate with Hadoop, Spark, and other data processing frameworks. Though there are some valuable benefits to MongoDB, there are some downsides to it as well. With its automatic failover strategy, a user sets up just one master node in a MongoDB cluster. If the master fails, another node will automatically convert to the new master. This switch promises continually, but it is not instantaneous. It can take up to a minute. By comparison, the NoSQL database supports multiple master nodes so that if one master goes down, another is standing by it for a high availability database infrastructure. MongoDB's single master node also limits how fast data can be written to the database. Data writes must be recorded on the master, and writing new information to the database is limited by the capacity of the master node. Another potential issue is that MongoDB doesn't provide full referential integrity through the use of foreign key constraints, which could affect data consistency. In addition, user authentication is not enabled by default in MongoDB databases, a node to the technology popularity with developers. However, malicious hackers have targeted large numbers of unsecured MongoDB systems in ransom attacks, which led to the addition of a default setting that blocks network connections to databases if they have not been configured by a database administrator. MongoDB platforms. MongoDB is available in community and commercial versions through vendor MongoDB incorporations. MongoDB Community Edition is the open source release, while MongoDB Enterprise Server brings added security features and in-memory storage engine, administration and authentication features, and monitoring capabilities through OPS Manager. A graphical user interface GUI called MongoDB Compass gives users a way to work with document structure, conduct queries, index data, and more. The MongoDB connector for BI allows users to connect the NoSQL database to their business intelligence tools to visualize data and create reports using SQL queries. Following in the footsteps of other NoSQL database providers, MongoDB Incorporation launched a cloud database as a service called MongoDB Atlas in 2016. Atlas runs on AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Platform. Later, MongoDB released a platform called Stitch for application development on MongoDB Atlas, with plans to extend it to on-premises databases. The company also added support for multi-document ACID transactions as part of MongoDB 4.0 in 2018. Complying with the ACID properties, atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability, across multiple documents expands the types of transactional workloads that MongoDB can handle with guaranteed accuracy and reliability. So friend, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and thanks a lot for watching the video. Thank you, friends.